Today, I'm going to talk about retirement job opportunities for seniors and my views and opinions. Over the past 9 years, I own a small coffee shop and we make sandwiches and so forth. I have interviewed many seniors, interviewed them, and I've hired many seniors for positions in my cafe. Our city has a high population of 50 plus people that are either almost retired or are retired. I find that most seniors are looking to accomplish something in a part time position, either earn more income, make friends, or just to get out of the house and be social. Retirement opportunities for seniors are not easy to find and not easy to fulfill in the sense that there's a lot of dynamics as us older people looking for work and have different criteria. And I hope some of these discussions and points I'm bringing up will help you navigate that and think about a little more of what you want to do and accomplish as you go back to work, either for enjoyment, financial reasons, or just socialization with other people, getting out of the house. Earning more money. Generally, that is the key to most people wanting to go back to work. As we hit the baby boomer generation, now aging into retirement years, we all know high inflation and living on a fixed income, costs go up, but our income may not. So people are looking to supplement their income based on a part-time job. Most of the hires I do for seniors work out well. Some are not so well. Not anything we're doing. The shifts are generally 5 hours a day, so they're not 8 hours. All our positions require some physical capability because you are on your feet all day and you're making coffee and sandwiches for customer orders. What you are trying to achieve by working in our cafe, I always ask everyone. In my cafe, we do train everyone of what the job entails and how to get through the day. And we're really low key stress employer, but we do get busy. We don't have table service, but we do make sandwiches at sandwich locations, and they have to get out to the customers. And that's a relatively, labor intensive task. And you're on your feet and you're moving a lot, walking sandwiches out to customers once they're done. I do explain all of this to all of our hires, and I walk them through what we do to make a sandwich and everything behind the counter is part of the interview process, so they can make an informed decision. At times, those sandwich orders on a busy weekend back up, and it can get stressful. And I tell the staff, I don't clock you like some fast food restaurants do, and listen, you have to do it within 30 seconds. No, you do your best job and you get the work out as fast as you can, but don't focus on the bag behind you, just the order in front of you. And we also try to set customer expectations at the register. If we know we have 7 bags waiting to get made, we tell the customer it's going to be 15 minutes before we can get your sandwich out to you. So we hope you understand. Um, I've had some very nice seniors who wanted to work and keep themselves busy. These seniors look to be able to manage the role. They did work for 1 or 2 shifts, but then they come to me and said, "This isn't a right fit for me." One lovely person said to me, "I thought it would be like C's Candies, where I just stand there and hand out samples to people, like at the mall." And I felt for the woman, but I said, "No, that is not it." I did walk her through, but no, hey, I'm happy that they knew it wasn't for them, and they can look elsewhere. So this is not the job for some seniors in the fast food industry. I'm not saying don't apply for those positions, but it is physical. You may want to maybe do an office job, answering phones or so forth when you're looking for that. And you must look at your skill set. We all have strengths and weaknesses. Some people can talk and entertain, on the phone a lot. That's a good skill set if you're doing call center work. Or do you have any food work in your life history or not? Food is a hard industry to work in because everybody wants their food right away, and it's physically demanding. You have to understand your limits of what you can do in a 5-hour shift or even an 8-hour shift. And that includes, cleaning, mopping, occasionally maybe washing dishes. Everybody's hands on deck in a small business. But the bigger businesses, they do train well, and I do too, but you have to understand and listen to that training before you accept the job. A key part of training we do is technology. Every restaurant has a point of sale system, or you'll hear the term POS. That's a tablet that you ring the order up and it spits out a ticket to the kitchen and it gets sent to maid and then it gets back out to the customer. Uh, we train everyone on a training tablet so they get accustomed to the screens. I'm sorry, and they to do that at their own pace. So they're not. I don't believe in throwing people the first day. You're on register. Learn the thing as you go. That's too stressful for people. I can't do that to anyone. But you do need to learn that. And some people, I've had 20 somethings that don't get it, and I've had 60 something people that don't get it. They can't get up to speed on it. And that has to be part of the job. And in my cafe, everybody trains for all of the three positions. So they learn how to make espresso, and they learn how to run the register, and they learn how to make sandwiches, and they learn how to clean. So, and I don't pigeonhole anybody. Everybody rotates, so nobody gets stuck doing the same thing every day. Another thing, do you mind wearing a uniform? You may have to wear an apron, a particular shirt and slacks, and your name tag, and maybe a hat or something. So if you're comfortable with that, great. Some people may not be, but some ask about that when you're interviewing. Is there a uniform provided, or what is the dress code? A key thing also is the look at the hours the place is open. Generally, you're going to be there half an hour before it opens. You're going to be there a half an hour or so later after it closes, depending on your shift, because they have to set up and they have to clean up. So look at the schedule to see what you can fit into their schedule for hours, and then bring that with you to the interview. It helps a lot. A key point I get with some younger interviewees, and maybe older interviews that don't have a car, check the bus schedule. If you're taking public transportation to your job beforehand, if they open at 6:30 in the morning, can you get there a half an hour earlier to open the store at 6 o'clock via the bus? I had one gentleman that couldn't get to the opening because the bus wouldn't get him there on time. And I said, "No, this can't work. We'll move your schedule out." But it became a problem because the bus couldn't get him there on time and he needed more hours. So he ended up working somewhere else, work closer to home, because it was a long commute for him by bus. And we tried. I said, I'll try, but generally, it's a give and take. So we want to make sure I'm happy as a boss, but I want to make sure my employees are happy. I don't want them stressing out they're not getting to work on time every day because the bus was late. So those things we have to negotiate upfront. Most companies will train you, and we do too. And there's all sorts of training. There's training behind the counter, everything that goes on, how to use the money verifying machine if it's a 20, 50, $100 bill to make sure it's okay. How to make coffee without burning yourself or your coworkers. How to use a mop and a bucket. You'll be surprised how many people do not know how to use a simple mop and a bucket and a squeegee to clean a floor. So there's a lot to learn, and don't be scared. It can be fun, but it's a job at the end of the day. No matter where you work, it's a job. You have to go along with the flow. I say working in food is not for the faint of heart. It's not a great job for the starting out people. Granted, California, the fast food restaurants, the big ones just went to $20 an hour, so you will make more money at that point. So to think about that. But the smaller companies are paying minimum wage to, we pay over minimum wage at our cafe. So I believe in hopefully down the road, I want to get to that 20 for all of our staff as we progress. So also, do you want to work in a mom and pop store where it's more personal, or do you want to work in a big box store where it's not quite so personal? You have a bigger team, but you'll have a narrower focus of what you do all day. So those are the things to think about. Um, if you're looking for work, check your state unemployment office. They have listings. Check your senior citizen center. They have listings. AARP has listings. There are job boards called Indeed.com is one I use to post all my jobs. It's fair. It's all the information should be there. There are other websites, but do a Google search for job postings and you'll find them. Make sure you have an updated resume. You don't have to go way back, but find the skill sets you want to highlight that go along with the job you're applying for. If you don't have the skill set, say, hey, but I'm willing to learn. If you want to give me a chance, that's key to getting a job. Just being wanting to learn and trying to execute the position. So do that. When you go into the interview, say, I don't have food experience, but if you're willing to give me a shot, we'll try it. And that's all we ask. Some shops have multiple locations. Make sure you ask which location you're interviewing for. My shop, I only have one, but McDonald's, you may be interviewing for 3 or 4 stores, or they may move you to a different store once they hire you. So make sure you get that up front. So I hope these few little tidbits have helped you. Don't be scared about applying for work. Show up on time, dress appropriately, have a smile, and have a updated resume, and just ask all the questions. I mean, I've had people interview, don't ask any questions. I'd rather somebody ask me 100 questions at the interview. At least I know they're thinking about it. And the last thing is, know where the interview location is. I've had so many people call and say, well, I want to apply for the work. Where's your shop? I said, it's at the bottom of the job listing we posted. And those people, I'm like, okay, you're really not looking for work. I mean, I do respond to all of them, but I'm like, you know, if you don't know where my place of employment is, and I have to tell you, I think that's a hurdle everybody has to get over. I think it's funny that we are in that environment where people don't get it, but I was raised in a different age zone, I'm going to say, versus some of the age people today are a little bit more. Um, we were raised to go through the process, and you had to work 6 months before you quit. Nowadays, they work 6 hours and they quit, which is fine. If you don't like the job, that's fine. I'm more than happy to move on. But I'm hoping to find people that are willing to at least go and try. That's all we ask for. So I hope you have a good day today. Good hunting on the job, and have your best 65 day today. Thank you.